Hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I'm Patch. Good to have you here. Thank you to hi to Cotton Swab and Creeperhead over on YouTube, and to everybody on Twitch as well. I am dual casting to both, so it's good to have you. Thanks so much for coming in and spending time. We're going to be working on the book today. I'll See You at the Tree, which is a book that I wrote. Hopefully, going to get that published in the next week or so, and then we start our next one. The next one's going to be tied to a project that I'm working on called ADHD Toolkit, which will be primarily released. All the stuff will be released on YouTube as different videos that people can see, and that's going to be sort of a my journey with ADHD and tips, tools, all that stuff. Things you've seen before with 1,000 other people, just maybe in a different way. I hope you join me for all that and come and hang out. I'm going to be streaming both when I do stuff on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. and then I'll be posting mainly on YouTube as far as the content goes. And then we're going to be writing a book that's essentially a planner for people with ADHD, but it's not really a planner. It's sort of the anti-planner, because people with ADHD like me don't actually use planners. Like, I have one. I actually wrote one. I wrote a planner that I posted on, I have on Amazon, called Pause and Plan, and I have it. I have a copy of it, and I opened it up and I wrote down on the first page some stuff, and then it sat on my bureau, and it's been on my bureau for the last month. My own planner that I wrote. Anyways, I'll be working on another one that's going to be for ADHD brains, and it's going to be a little bit different, sort of a departure from a traditional book. We'll get into that eventually, but if you have questions about that, certainly we can ask. And we are going to play today with the I'll See You at the Tree story, which is my pet project. I've been working on this for the last the story's been around for a bunch of years, and the actual book itself I started writing probably about a year ago. It's not that long. It's probably only the total number of pages that I have right now without the thank you page and stuff like that is about 35, 37. So it's not like a huge long book, and it's also, it's big print. It is a bedtime story, but it's not necessarily just for kids. It's for pretty much everyone, because I think the story transcends all ages and demographics and everything. So anyways, my plan right now is to go through, we're going to be adding some pictures, or we've added some imagery throughout the layout of the book. I do need to add some, like a thank you page and a bio page and things like that. So I may do some stuff with that. Also, we need to work on the cover. So we may play with the cover a little bit today as well. We'll be on for a few hours, playing around, having fun. And I will go through and actually read the book too. That way you get a feel for what the book is all about. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of like stuffies and plushies, and this is my boyo. That's my suit. And my original is here too. So there's 1.0 and 2.0. He's my buddy. He's my boyo. This is he's been all over the country. But yeah. So anyways, thank you. He's my buddy. He's my boyo, and my feet pops up there. Anyways, we are going to get into the book, and if you guys want, I will read the book, and then we'll get into some playing with it. I do kind of want to read through it again, because every time I read through, I find things here and there that I want to change, right? So not really change, but like maybe a word or two that I'm like, I don't like how that flowed, or like it's always going to be a perfection thing. I am going to have to release it at some point, because I know that I can't sit here forever and just keep editing and editing, because I would just do that. I would just keep editing and never release it, and it would never be out there. But I'm gonna be releasing in paperback and hardcover. Paperback first. I'm gonna be doing it on Amazon KDP because it's free, and I don't have to keep inventory of it. Once it, hopefully if it takes off and gets bigger, then yeah, I'll bring it to another publisher, and we'll make a big deal, and it could turn into a series. I sort of have that in my mind. So I have ideas for series that are going to continue on, and my goal is to finish this completely and then start on the next. Like, I have several ideas for what, part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever are going to be. Not really even parts, but just separate little adventures and stuff that we have in Dreamland. So if you guys want, I will read. If not, that's okay too. We'll just get into playing with the book. So we're going to go over now, and we're going to play around a little bit with the book itself. So this is the first thing you see when you come in. I have some art here. So I have a title page that I'm playing with, and I'm not sure that I'm going to put art on the title page, but I don't know, we'll get there. And then, of course, copyright page, and then I'll have acknowledgments, so thanking the folks that have helped me throughout, and then another thank you page at the very end. Excuse me. All right, so actually we're 39 pages, and this is going to be just like a thank you page. Thank you to everyone, and then short bio, right? And then on the book cover itself, we're gonna have well, I'll actually let me show you the cover. The cover looks like this. So the cover itself, this is a wider, rather a taller image. Okay, let me back up. The format is not exactly what I need for a 6x9 book. And the reason I'm going with 6x9, I really want to do a square, but Amazon has the only options I have are 6x9 in, like, if I want to do both paperback and hardcover. I could go through and do different formats for each one, but I know me, and I just want to get it out there. I want to start it. I want to get this thing, in people's hands and people's paws, and let the people start using it and reading it and stuff like that. So that's gonna happen soon-ish. I'm gonna get that out. I think we're gonna get that out, like, I'm pretty sure. I'm hopeful. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this out like in the beginning of, or rather, probably next week sometime. And I'll go through some of the process too that I need to go through with Amazon. I won't necessarily go through exactly what, like showing my account and stuff like that, unless I pre-record that and then edit out some personal information. So, but I'll go through it. I'll go through what I'm doing and all that. By the way, if you're brand new, thank you so much for coming in and spending time. I appreciate you being here. You'll notice that I tend to ramble a lot. ADHD is my superpower, and so I very often will get distracted in what I'm doing, and it's part of the reason it takes me so long to get stuff done. But one of the ways that I'm trying to hold myself accountable is by doing stuff, or by streaming, and then saying, okay, well, I'm going to be able to get this stuff done when I stream it. So I guess what I could do, because I do want to read through again. I guess what I could do though is, like, I can show you, like, so we got the images. I don't see. I kind of want you to be able to see the text as I'm reading it too, but I guess it doesn't really matter as much. That could be very interesting though. Hold on. Let me arrange some of the artwork here and see if we can get this so that, because this is a much bigger image than it looks to be. And so I want you to be able to see the book, right? Which means we're gonna go into view, preview mode. That way it gets rid of all of our guidelines and rulers and stuff. And if we hit tab, that'll bring us in here. And if I go shift page up, page down, let's try that again. Page up, page down. Right. Just kind of center that, and then kind of blow it up a little bit. And is it control page up, page down? That's what it is. All right, so control page up, page down. And then if I take this image, right, I guess I could, yeah, I mean, I also have time-lapse stuff, which would be kind of fun for you guys to see. Maybe I'll make a new scene where I can make the book a little bit smaller. And then you'll be able to see, like, I can have, like, the time-lapse stuff going, or at least just the image, so you can see the image of, like, where we're at throughout the thing. I think it'd be kind of cool. And I'm distracting myself again, of course, because that's how I roll. Excuse me. The book takes about 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes to read through, and I have about 22 minutes of time lapse of the artwork being done. And the longest one is the interior, because it's 4 separate images. Plus, I have the ref sheet, the cover, the duo, the 2 of them. So these are my boyos. This is Pause and Patch. and this is them from the cover. So this is the cover right there. So they're like under the tree there. So this is them like under the cover, under the tree, kind of looking up and doing their thing. I love this image. It's so cute. Um, the artist Julian is amazing. Uh, Wonderful, wonderful artist. Let me actually get you guys their link. Which one did I put that with? Right here. Okay. He is an absolute sweet beans, really good. And I butcher his name all the time, but his name's Julian Oliveira. So that's his link, and I'll give it to you guys over in YouTube as well. So you both in YouTube and Twitch now have that. Just really check him out. He's got some really good stuff and does really good work. And he's the illustrator for my book, and I'm really happy and honored that he decided to work with me. And I'm and he did an amazing job. The boyos here are almost exactly, what I was imagining. I gave him the imagery. I told him what I was looking for. Showed him some, rough ideas, and then, he took it and ran with it. And here we are. So yeah, they're traditional. I mean, they're pandas, but instead of traditional black and white, they're gray and white. And blue eyes, blue nose, blue tufts inside their ears, blue paw pads. Blue tongues and stuff. So it's not my Sona completely, but it's a nod to it. And Pause and Patch are names that the Patch in this book and me are different characters or different people. The names for them have changed over the years and over the last year or so, and I decided that with the prompting from a friend of mine, actually, I decided that I was going to turn use the names of two cats that were very dear to me, that were my buddies that passed away. And Patch is the name of one of the cats that I had just before COVID, or just during COVID. She, right before it got bad, she passed. And that's around the time I was developing my Sona, and so I took her name as a sort of an homage to honor her, to remember her. And then Paz is another cat that I had. She passed away a couple years ago. She was my buddy. I had her throughout all of COVID and everything else, and she was my friend. So I wanted her to have a spot, in memory everywhere, and so I took both of their names and used them in this story as well, so that they stay alive. And I think it works really well for them. I think they're cute names for both of them. So thank you to Ed for suggesting that, and some other folks who helped me decide, because making decisions is hard, and I'm really bad with it. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's get rid of them. I'm gonna show you. This is the ref sheet that we have. So I absolutely adore it. This was the first time I saw them, and I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And they're super cute. So yeah, I'm really happy with the imagery and everything else. Like, I think everything's just, I'm just super happy. Okay, I need to make a quick edit in one of my apps here. Swap these two. Boom, boom. Okay, that makes more sense now. All right, cool. So it looks to me, as I look at YouTube and I look at Twitch, it looks like everything's running fine. If you guys notice any issues with like audio volumes, if I'm too soft or too loud, if the music's too soft or too loud, let me know, and I can make an edit pretty quickly. I just realized my mic volume was way down, a little bit down, so hopefully that'll fix that. I'm also going to, if I'm going to do the read through, I'm going to turn my air conditioner off, because there's like a weird sound it makes. Hang on one second. I have a remote, I think, somewhere here, maybe. There we go. Ah, I love that. Love that. I love the remote for that. All right, so let's find some music that's appropriate. I mean, this entire playlist is really good. Yeah, I dig that. I dig this one. All right, all right. So the question is, do I want to bring up and leave these things up as I go through and talk about the story? I guess. What do you guys think? What would you like? Do you want me to have pictures up as I'm telling the story, or do you want to see the words on the page? Because I can do either one. We can do either one. Totally up to you what you think we should do. If you let me know, just throw a message into YouTube or into what is this, Twitch, and we'll go with what you want. In the meantime, I'm gonna just kind of organize these a little bit so that you'll be able to see them when I bring them up, right? And then, of course, home again. Stretch this out a tiny bit. There we go. All right, so nobody's saying anything, so I'm going to read the story. I may stop here and there because there are going to be spots where I may want to make like a really quick edit or quick change. I'm not certain this will be the only read through I do today. It may very well be, but I'm not totally sure. I haven't decided yet. Excuse me. I have some water, and we'll get going shortly. Oh, the reason I was saying, it looks like the streams are clear on YouTube and on Twitch, but I do notice that there's sort of a slight delay. The software I'm using to render everything is showing some frames missing and things like that. So if anything gets really bad, let me know. As far as I can tell, the actual render that's going out is good. Everything looks clear, at least when I pull the reports on Twitch and on YouTube, everything looks good. So I'm going with the software is just wrong with its numbers, with the frame skips and all that stuff. But right now it's sitting at about 1% for skips, so I guess that's not too bad. That just means if it's because the frame rate should be about 60. Right now it's pushing out at about 40, which isn't ideal, but we're just doing story stuff right now, so it's I'm not too worried about that. It's not like we're playing a game that's going to get all janky, which we do, and I will do. Maybe we'll do that tonight. So my plan is I'm going to do some work here, go out, take a walk, which I love to do. Maybe I'll even take you guys with me sometime. But I'm going to go out for a walk. We're going to go sit by the beach and stuff and all that. And then come back, and maybe I'll jump back on later tonight and we'll play a game. I've been super into World of Warcraft again. I also just downloaded a ton of stuff from Steam. I had a, what's it called? I had a Humble Bundle thing for a while and kind of forgot about it. So I have a few months worth of games that I got from that. And so I've been going through adding to my Steam library. So there might be something in there that we can play tonight. But if you have any ideas, let me know. I would love to hear them. I would love to hear you and talk to you. By the way, guys, if you are interested in joining the Panda Den Discord, I'm gonna give you guys a link right here. It's a really fun group that we've been building together. It's a family, really, that we have been building over the last several years. And it's I'm biased, of course, because it's it's my server, it's my people, it's my family. But would love to have you. You're welcome to come in and hang out. It's a very casual, chill place. The people are very helpful. We're just a really big family, and we enjoy each other's company and love hanging out. And it's not all furries either. It doesn't have to be furries. Probably, I'd say at least a quarter of the people that are in the server are not furries. So it's not. It's even though I am a fur, and even though there's a lot of stuff that does focus around furry fandom, not everything is purely furry. There's an area as well. One of my best friend and I, when we go to cons together, host a panel called "To Get Stronger Together," and it's a discussion on an open discussion on mental health. And so that carries into the server as well. And we have folks that have been to the panels and cons and things. And we just have a lot of really wonderful people in there. So it'd be awesome to have you. If you want to join, please feel free. Um, yeah, yeah. All right, let me get this open quickly, just so I have quick reference. Okay. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'll start reading the book with the image that's here. So we're in the cottage, and then when I get to the next page, I'll bring up the image. Right, I'll continue, and then when we get back to the next page that is like has an image and stuff, and it's the next sort of area in the book, then I will show you that page, and then we'll go back to the other image as well. I think that would be kind of a neat way to do it. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I also need to find some good music to play when I'm doing the readings and stuff. I think I found some, but I need to bring that, import it in, and bring it in and have it so that I can run it when I do these things. There's a few different songs that I put together to tie into each chapter. Each chapter is a little bit different, they're not really chapters, but different areas within the story. All right. So let's get this going. I think the music volume is okay. If it's too loud, let me know. If it's too soft, let me know. Okay. Just gonna find a good song to start on. Yeah, I like this. I dig this. All right, check my one thing really fast. Then we will start. We will start. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna kill these lights for right now, because I don't need to have those on. Oh, that makes it so much better. Okay. If I do, when I do go live back on cam, I'll try to remember to put the lights on. If I don't, then easy enough to turn them on. But much nicer to read without bright lights in my face. So, it's the story of Paws and Patch. Patch is hanging out with Paws and telling him a story, and this is the story that is being told. In a quiet corner of the bamboo forest, nestled beneath a canopy of swaying leaves, stood a small, cozy hut made entirely of bamboo. Soft light spilled from its windows, casting a warm glow on the forest floor, where fireflies danced like tiny lanterns in the night. Inside, the gentle pop and hiss of the hearth filled the room with a soothing rhythm. The walls of the hut were adorned with simple decorations, hand carved wooden shelves lined with small trinkets and books, and a woven rug that softened the bamboo floor. The air carried the faint scent of herbs drying near the hearth, mingling with the smoky aroma of the fire. Patch, a gentle and kind panda, sat on a low cushion near the flames. His young cub paws nestled comfortably in his lap. The two were wrapped in a soft blanket, sharing a peaceful moment before bedtime. Shadows dancing gently across their faces, a silent witness to the countless nights filled with laughter and love. Paz's curious eyes sparkled up with excitement, and his papa cleared his throat to tell a tale. Paz loves story time. Stories about wizards and witches, pirates and kings. Stories filled with adventure and mystery. But tonight, he didn't want just any old legend or adventure. He wanted to hear his favorite story, a tale about a special place in a magical tree. Paz glanced at the moonlight dancing through the leaves outside his bedroom window. Papa, Paz began, looking to his father with wide, inquisitive eyes. Can you tell me that story again? The one about Dreamland and the special tree? Patch smiled warmly. Of course, little one. I realize this image is messed up. Patch smiled warmly. Of course, little one. The low flames murmured in the background, sending ribbons of amber across the cozy bamboo walls. Paws let out a soft yawn, rubbing his eyes with the back of his paw. Patch smiled down at his cub, scooping him up, gently carrying him across the room. A warm shimmer followed their path, guiding them as Patch laid paws into the soft bed nestled in the corner of the hut. The bed was surrounded by small shelves holding trinkets and treasures, a pine cone from a forest walk, a smooth pebble found by the stream, and a tiny lantern that cast a faint, soothing glow. Paws snuggled into the blankets as Patch tucked them snugly around him, leaning in slightly, his voice soft and steady. Do you know why that tree is so important? Paws blinked up at him, his eyes wide and shimmering in the firelight. Because it's the biggest tree in all Dreamland? Patch chuckled, giving Paws a gentle squeeze. Not just that. It's because that tree holds all the dreams we've ever had. It's our special place, a place where we can go whenever we close our eyes. Paws wiggled happily under the blanket, settling deeper into its cozy folds. The excitement reflected in his curious eyes as he looked up at his father, in anticipation growing. Tell me the story, Papa. I'm ready. Patch smiled, smoothing a paw over his head. Very well, little one. Close your eyes and let's go together. Patch began weaving the story like a spell, his voice soft and enchanting. Close your eyes. Imagine you're stepping into Dreamland, a place where even your silliest ideas can come to life. Every thought, every hope, every dream shapes the world around you. Paz let out a soft sigh. Excuse me. Paz let out a soft sigh, his body sinking deeper into the bed as the cozy warmth of the room began to fade. The amber cast of the fire melted away into a silvery light that seemed to dance across his closed eyelids. The hum of the bamboo hut transformed into a soft symphony of distant wind chimes and rustling leaves. The room melted away as Paz drifted into the story. When he opened his eyes again, the world had changed. The walls of his bedroom were gone, replaced by a majestic towering trees that climbed endlessly upward. The forest's beauty stretched on forever in all directions. It felt safe, warm, open, and was quietly inviting them to explore. Side by side, Paz and Patch walked deeper into the magical forest. The air felt alive, cool and crisp against their fur, carrying the faint scent of blooming flowers and earthy moss. The light was soft and silvery, filtering through a canopy of trees whose branches seemed to reach endlessly towards the stars. The ground beneath their paws was soft and cool, blanketed in moss that glowed faintly in the moonlight. Small mushrooms, glowing in shades of blue and violet, peeked out from the roots of the trees, their tiny caps swaying gently as if nodding hello. Each tree had its own character. Some trunks were rough and ancient, their bark etched with patterns that looked like forgotten runes. Others were smooth and glimmering as though made of polished stone. Vines hung lazily from the branches, dotted with tiny blooms that pulsed in a faint glowing light. A dance of color stirred through the leaves as they whispered softly in the wind. Paws stepped closer to one of the trees, reaching out his small paw to touch its trunk. The surface was warm and smooth, and he could feel a faint pulse as if it had a heartbeat of its own. He grinned, his voice filled with wonder. "It feels alive, Papa, like it's happy to see me." Patch knelt beside him, placing a gentle paw on his shoulder, his voice low and steady like a comforting melody. "That's because it is, little one. These trees are a part of Dreamland, and Dreamland is a part of you. When you're here, the forest feels your dreams, just like you can feel its heartbeat," Patch explained. "The trees hold the stories and dreams of everyone who's ever walked this land." Paws looked up, his gaze traveling to the towering branches above, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze as though whispering secrets to one another. "Do the trees talk to each other, Papa?" Patch smiled. "They do. Their roots run deep, stretching out beneath the ground. They share their strength, their stories, their dreams with one another. That's how they grow so tall and strong, by holding each other up." The trees swayed gently, their roots reaching deep like quiet messengers beneath the earth, linked in a network as old as time. The little panda looked down, imagining a hidden world beneath his feet. "So, all the trees are friends?" "Exactly," Patch said with a soft laugh. "Just like us." The forest hummed with quiet life. Birds with plumage like jewels darted through the branches, their songs weaving a melody that seemed to follow Paws and Patch wherever they went. A family of foxes with fur that shimmered like polished copper darted playfully between the trees, their laughter like the tinkling of tiny bells. Nearby, a cluster of rabbits, brushed and spun silver, nibbled on glowing grass, their long ears twitching in rhythm with the breeze. Squirrels with bushy stardust-coated tails dashed up and down the trunks, their bright eyes twinkling with mischief. Paws giggled, pointing to a tiny bird that had landed on a low branch nearby. Its feathers shimmered like liquid gold. It bobbed its head, chirping curiously at them. "I think they like us, Papa," Paws whispered excitedly. Patch chuckled. "They do. They're saying they want to be your friend." Paw's eyes lit up. He took a step closer, moving gently so he wouldn't scare them. Then he gave a polite bow. "Hello, my name is Paws. It's a pleasure to meet you." To his delight, the bird bowed back, fluffed up its feathers, and let out a soft musical chirp, then fluttered to a lower branch, closer to eye level. "Did you see that, Papa?" Paws said in awe, glancing back at his dad. "I think they understand me." Patch smiled, watching the exchange. "Of course they do. Everything here listens and understands with more than just ears." Paws reached up and the bird hopped forward, resting briefly on his outstretched paw before flitting away in a trail of golden light. He stood there for a moment, still and glowing with wonder. Then he turned, grinned, and grabbed his father's paw. "I like this place," he said softly. Patch gave his paw a gentle squeeze. "It likes you too." As they continued walking, the forest began to change. The towering trees grew thinner, and the soft moonlight spilled through the branches, bathing the ground in silvery patterns. The air felt lighter here, tinged with the faint scent of blooming flowers and honey. Paws paused for a moment, closing his eyes and taking in a deep breath. The air was fresh and sweet, It smells so nice here, he murmured, his voice full of wonder. The gentle rustle of leaves gave way to the soft murmur of a nearby brook, its clear waters reflecting the sparkling stars above. When the trees finally gave way, they stepped into a vast moonlit clearing. The grass in the meadow shimmered with a silvery glow, swaying gently and waving hello. Above, the endless stars filled the sky, twinkling in hues of blue, gold, and lavender. It was as if the whole world had paused, waiting for them to step into its magic. In the center of the meadow stood two magnificent trees, their presence anchoring the world around them. One bright and wild, the other calm and steady. Paws gasped. His eyes lit up with delight. "It's my tree, Papa!" he exclaimed. "Look at it! It's rainbow colored tonight, and the branches twist like candy canes." Right next to it, Patch's tree was steady and grounding. Its trunk a rich, warm brown, and its branches strong and spreading. The leaves shimmered softly in silver and gold, glowing faintly in the moonlight. It felt peaceful, just what he needed. "The magic of dreamland," Patch said, almost whispering. "Your trees change and grow with you and your dreams. It's always here, and it will always give you what you need. Sometimes it'll be bright and playful, other times calm and steady. It'll keep changing, just like you." Paw stared up at his tree. "So if I need something different tomorrow, my tree will change?" "Yes, exactly." Patch said, kneeling beside him. There we go. "Your tree will always give you what you need, no matter how many times you visit. All the trees are connected, just like the ones in the forest. The roots stretch deep, intertwining with mine and to the trees of everyone who holds a piece of your heart." Paws looked down as though trying to see the roots beneath his feet, imagining the invisible threads stretching far beneath them. "So our trees are connected?" Patch nodded. "Always. No matter where you go or what you dream, your tree will always be here, and so will I. Every tree here has a story, and all those stories connect, weaving something bigger than just one tree. That's part of what makes Dreamland so special." Paws took a step closer to his tree, his outstretched fingertips brushing against the rainbow-colored bark. The surface shimmered at his touch like ripples across a pond, and he felt a warm, tingling sensation spreading through him. He giggled, turned back to his dad with a wide grin. "It feels like it's saying hello." Patch chuckled at his own tree, catching his graze. "That's because it is, little one. Your tree is alive with your dreams. Every time you visit, it grows a little more, becoming more and more a part of you." Paw's eyes looked back at the tree, wonder filling his eyes. "Papa, does your tree change too?" Patch nodded, stepping closer to his own tree, its branches stretching wide, their leaves swaying softly in the moonlight, casting gentle shadows in the meadow. "It does. My tree is calm tonight, its branches strong and steady. That's what I need right now. Something grounding, something peaceful." Paws looked up. "Do trees ever look the same?" Patch smiled, shaking his head. "Not exactly. Every tree is unique, just like the dreams they hold, but sometimes they share things like their roots or the way the branches reach for the stars. It's how they remind us that even though we're all different, we're all connected." Trying to find good music. All right, this is okay. Pa sat down in the soft, glowing grass at the base of his tree, leaning back against the trunk. The bark felt warm and smooth against his fur, and he sighed, contented, smile spreading across his face. "I think my tree is happy tonight, Papa. I feel safe here." Patch settled beside him, resting against the tree. "That's what Dreamland is, little one. A place where you You're always safe, always loved. No matter where you are, your tree will be here waiting for you. The two sat in silence for a moment, the meadow around them alive with quiet magic. The grass swayed gently, a soft hum filling the air as the roots beneath them seemed to whisper secrets to one another. The sky above was painted with stars, their light casting a gentle glow over the entire clearing. It felt timeless, as though the world had paused just for them. Paz turned to Patch, his voice a soft whisper. Can we stay here forever? Patch smiled, wrapping an arm around his cub. We can stay here as long as you like. And even when you wake up, this place will always be here, waiting for you. All you have to do is close your eyes and imagine being here, and you'll return instantly. Paw snuggled closer to Patch, his small paw resting on his father's. Then I'll come back every night, Papa. Every single night. Patch kissed the top of his head, his voice soft. And I'll always be here, little one. Right here, under the tree, with you. The meadow around them seemed to glow a little brighter, as though dreamland itself had heard their promise. The trees swayed gently, their leaves rustling in agreement, and the stars above twinkled as if winking down at the two pandas. Paws looked up at his dad, his face glowing with excitement. Papa, what else can we do here? Can we play? Patch smiled and gestured toward the meadow. In Dreamland, you can do anything you can imagine. Want to run through the fields, chase butterflies, build the tallest sandcastle by the shore of a glowing lake? It's all possible. Paz's eyes lit up. We could chase fireflies. He pointed to the edge of the clearing where tiny lights flickered like stars brought to earth. Or what if we climbed a tree all the way to the top? You could do that too, Patch chuckled. And if the tree goes high enough, you might even reach all the way to the stars. Paz giggled, bouncing slightly where he sat. Could we make cloud shapes, like big puffy ones that float above the meadow? Patch nodded, lifting his gaze towards the sky. Of course. The cloud sphere will change into anything you want. A bunny, a dragon, even a giant donut. Paz laughed, clapping his paws together. A donut would be silly, Papa. But what if I wanted to swim in a rainbow? You can, Patch said softly, and when you dive in, you'll feel the colors wrap around you, warm and soft like sunlight, and cool like raindrops, all at once. Paz paused, tilting his head. Could we make music too, Papa, like with the wind? Patch smiled. Patch's smile widened. Of course! The wind here loves to sing. Just stretch out your arms and it'll pick up your tune, blending it with the rustling leaves and the whispers of the trees, weaving a symphony of sound throughout Dreamland. Paz closed his eyes for a moment as though imagining all the adventures they could have. When he opened them, his voice was full of wonder. I think this place is just a playground in disguise. Patch chuckled. That's a pretty smart guess. Not every playground needs swings. They just need imagination. This is where your dreams are free to be whatever they need to be because they belong to you. As Paz leaned back against his tree, a wave of warmth settled over him. The meadow seemed to embrace the stillness, and the stars twinkling soft above. The gentle hum of Dreamland grew quieter, as though it were whispering a lullaby just for him. Patch's voice carried through the calm, steady. Patch's voice carried through the calm, steady and soothing. Dreamland is always here, little one. All you have to do is close your eyes and let your imagination take you there. The meadow began to glimmer softly, its edges blurring like the fading colors of a dream. Paz let out a small sigh. The glowing trees of the soft hum of Dreamland seemed to carry him back toward the warmth of home. Yeah, I gotta find better music for this. Like, infinitely better. Okay, here we go. When his eyes fluttered open, he was back in the cozy bamboo hut, wrapped snugly in his blanket. The low light of the hearth danced across the walls. The gentle hiss and pop of its embers filled the room with a comforting cadence. Patch sat beside him, his kind smile touched by the fire's warm glow. What did you think about the story tonight? Pa smiled sleepily, his voice soft but full of wonder. I like how the trees are all connected, Papa. Like they're never alone, no matter what. Patch's gaze softened as he nodded. That's right, just like us. No matter where you go or what you do, we're always connected by the stories we share, the dreams we have, and the love we give. Paws blinked up at him, his eyes growing heavier with each moment. The tree will always be there because it's part of me, right? Patch leaned closer, smoothing the blanket around his shoulders. Exactly. And whenever you need it, you'll find it waiting for you. Paws yawned, burrowing deeper under the covers. Will you be there too, Papa? Patch pressed a gentle kiss to his cub's forehead. Always, little one. Now close your eyes and head back to Dreamland, and I'll see you at the tree. The tiny smile spread across Paw's face as he nestled closer to the warmth of his blanket. Good, he murmured, because I'll see you there too. The room grew quieter as Paw's breathing softened, falling into the steady rhythm of sleep. Patch lingered for a moment, watching over his cub, the warmth of the fire reflecting the peace in his heart. Sleep well, little one, Patch whispered, his voice full of quiet tenderness. He leaned in, placing another gentle kiss on Paw's forehead. I'll see you at the tree. The room was filled with soothing crackle of fire, and outside the window, the forest swayed softly under the silver light of the moon. Patch padded quietly back toward the fire. He settled into his chair and letting the peace of the night surround him. As the story fades, another voice, light and whimsical, calls out to you. Yes, you, friend, the one holding this tale. Or the one listening right now. Hey there. What does your special tree look like? Can you see it now, standing tall in your own dreamland? Look closely. How high are its branches? Are they low enough to swing from, or do they reach so high they could brush the stars? Is there a swing hanging from one of its limbs? Maybe a treehouse nestled among its branches, waiting for you to explore. What kind of bark does it have? Is it smooth and polished stone, or does it feel rough and ancient, like it holds a secret from a time long past? Maybe it's fuzzy like the fur of a panda. What colors shimmer on its surface? Is it warm and golden, or cool and silver, or something entirely your own? Take a deep breath. What's the scent around your tree? Is it sweet, like blooming flowers, or earthy, like fresh rain on the forest floor? Listen closely. Do you hear the soft rustle of leaves above, or the distant murmur of a nearby stream? Perhaps the air is alive with birdsong, or maybe it's simply still and quiet, like the pause between dreams. Now, step back and take it all in. What's around your tree? Is it nestled in a meadow filled with wildflowers? Does it stand proudly by the edge of the sparkling lake? Or is it surrounded by a forest, its roots intertwined with 1,000 others? Remember, friend, this is your tree. It's as unique as you are, and it'll always be here waiting for you. Don't be afraid to share this story with a friend and tell them about your tree and invite them to imagine their own. Then your trees will find one another, their roots quietly intertwining beneath the ground. Wherever you go and whatever you need, and whenever you need it, just close your eyes and imagine. I'll see you at the tree. A story by Patch TV. Okay, so there's only a couple of spots in there that I need to go through and just kind of change some of the phrasing slightly. And I feel like I want to add a little bit. There's a spot. I'm gonna have to read back through it. There's a spot that I'm thinking of that every time I do it, it feels like there should be more. If that makes any sense. So I may add a paragraph or two in here, but yeah. So that is that. And I think I'm going to leave the story part alone for today because we've been focusing mainly on that for, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 days. Doing tons and tons of edits. Oh, I just realized that I do not have my little avatar dude up. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. I forgot to bring him on. Ha! Anywho, there it is. So, yeah, let's go ahead and I think I want to work a little bit on the. I think I want to work a little bit on the book cover. So I already have built a book cover, which I have right here. So this is the dimensions that I'm going to need for Amazon, for KDP to do the stuff we need to do. All right, can I move table like into something? Move this like over. Let's move that there. Yeah, there we go. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. So let me go. I'm going to show you kind of what I'm doing, and I may need to do the most of the edit actually in the photo app, and then bring it in and see like the main back cover. I'm going to have to do, I think, in the photo app completely, and then bring that in, and then in here, I'll do like the title and back cover and all that stuff too. The dimensions on this don't feel, this doesn't look right, so I need to double check this because I think that I've messed up the I think I messed up the layout. Add view masters, don't need to add a page. View layer text edit, because I want to edit the document. I've done this before. I know I've done this before. Text layer. Clear master spread properties. I think that's what I want. Sort of. Yeah, I think this is going the wrong way. So I think it should be 12.35 on this side and 9.25 on that side. Yeah, because yeah, there we go. All right, our margin's at 0.25. We have a bleed, so the bleed is the very end. The margins are like anything that we want to keep or make sure it's absolutely sure that's in the thing, other than the center here, because the center, this is the spine. So we could actually put some print on here depending on how big it is. We might be able to put print on there. I'm not going to, but I want to have the thing wrap, so it needs to wrap around this entire thing. Part of the problem with that is that this is the cover, right? So this is the cover graphic for it. And the issue is, here, let me show you. If I take and copy, 1 second, let's go over here. So if we go over in here and I want to grab the actual copy. Right, so this is, I liked the way he did the title, and I kind of want to try to get that to move over. But for right now, we're going to do this. Copy, and then I'm going to go back into here because I just want to show you guys like what happens. Oh, that didn't copy the thing in. That's depressing. Did it not bring in the layers? It didn't bring in any of the layers. Huh. Alright. Oh my god, I'm gonna get rid of this. Delete that. I don't know what that is. And I don't really know what that is. So alright, let me try, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try copying all of this. Can I just copy all of this? Can I actually do the edits and stuff inside of this other app? Because that would be kind of cool. paste this all in? Will this let me paste it in? It does. All right, cool. So then, so this entire thing, I'm going to group all these. So group, and this is, I'm going to name this cover, original. Boom. And then this way I can like select the, I can see the layers and stuff, but I can also select the central one, which means I can take and do this, right? So it does sort of fit, but the thing is I want to have this here, right? So in order to do that, let's shrink this down a little bit more. Right. So what I'm playing with here is the tree. So the gray sort of edge. Let me blow up this. So this sort of gray edge is from blue to the gray is like I can go out to that edge, but I want to make sure that anything that's super important isn't there, because the line cutting off could come a little bit this way or a little bit that way. This blue line out here is the bleed. So what that does is I can stretch the image out all the way, right? And then this is going to get cut off, but it allows this to be, stretched out all the way to the gray border. So like this image will get cut off with that blue, right? And I mean, I'm going to end up cutting that off myself anyways, because what I need to do now is bring this here. Right, I want the entirety of the tree in the front and the boyos in the front there, right? So I kind of want to do that. Right, but that means that I also then need to fill in the rest of the space. So one of the things that I started or tried doing was taking just the this part, and I was copying, I was putting that up here and then blending it in, and then for the for the left hand side, I was going to take this left hand part, right? Basically it takes this entire image, flip it horizontally, and then have it line up with this over here, and then I would go through, clean all this up. This would all line up. I kind of blend that together, and we'd have more of the sky up here. That way I could continue the entire thing all the way across. The thing is that in order for me to do that, I do need to do that part of it, at least in the other editor. So I'll probably end up like taking them out, probably taking the shadow out too, and moving them, because I may want to, like, I might want to like blow them up a little bit, right? So let's say I wanted to like have them, a little bit taller. We could do that. I don't know that I want to. I mean, the perspective is good here. And I was thinking about having another image on this left-hand side. So yeah, I think so. What I think I need to do, I think what I need to do is I need to rebuild this like in the other side. So 99 is 18.5. Why is that 18.5? It should be 18.25. 0.25. Right? Wait a minute. Yeah, it'd be 18.25 by 12.25, which creates that little border there. Or the margins are 0.25. So yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and so 18. You know what? I'm just gonna write this down. I'm gonna forget. 18.25 and 12.35. All right. I'm gonna change the music a little bit too, because I want to kind of get something that's like more upbeat. Lo-Fi Girl has like a gaming playlist. Actually, you know what? Animal Crossing Lo-Fi Study Beats? What? Ha! Ah! That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. All right. I dig that. I dig that a lot. Heck yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Um, all right, let's go ahead and go over to the this thing. So we're gonna. I need to take this, or I need to make a new document, right? I'm gonna keep this open because I might want to use that for something else. Um, all right, so I need to make a new document. Let's do that. New. Change DPI to 300. We want page width to be. I need to use inches. We want to go with. So 12.25. Oh wait, I'm screwing that entire thing up because it's only the page is only going to be 9 high, so it's actually 12.25. So it's 9.25. Wait, 12.25 and 9. 9.25. Right. Because that'll give me the right dimensions for that. Okay, so this thing is wrong. Let me go over here and fix this quick because that can mess me up in a big way if I have that wrong. Dimensions. Yeah, it's 9.5. Except that's not right either. Because why is that doing the width there? Oh, maybe this is reversed. 12.35. That's why I was messed up before. Right? Yeah, that's why I was messed up before. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so same deal. I mean, we still have to shrink this down to fit it. You know, and then I'll create. It just means it's a little bit bigger than I thought. Okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's fine in D&D. All right, let's go back over. Let me bring you back over here. All right. So what I need to do here is basically I'm just gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna copy this entire thing, right? And then we're gonna bring that over to here. Paste this in. Maybe, maybe. No. No. There we go. All right. I'm gonna also group these like I did on the other one, and we call this original. So that way, you know, I have the original to sort of fall back on if I mess stuff up, which I most certainly will. All right, so we're gonna do this. I do want to put lines in that show me sort of like that show me sort of like where the margins are. I gotta do the margin thing. View, show margins. Okay. Document, margins. All right, so 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Although there's not really any margins on this, so I don't necessarily need to use the margins for it. And the width total should be exactly the width total on the other piece. So I'll probably do an export just to make sure. Double check, make sure that I have the right size format everywhere before I actually get into like trying to do some crazy shit. All right, so I think okay. I need to make a line. I need to make a I need to show rulers too, right? Show grid. Nope, nope, that's not what I meant to do. Show grid. Show guides. Show rulers. I'm gonna leave the grid up for a second because I just want to draw like a line. I don't know if there's like a line tool. Can I do just a line? This arrow tool. Okay, it's not. Pen tool, node tool. Dodge, erase, brush. All right, let me quickly look up Affinity photo to add a line. To add a line Affinity, use the pen tool mode in line mode. How do I do that? All right. That's the paintbrush. That's the pen tool. So I select the pen tool. And then what? In the context toolbar, the bar that changes based on the selected tool, find the mode option, select line mode. Oh, there we go. Line mode. Click again. Oh, click on the canvas to set a first point of your line. Click on the canvas to set the second one. So we know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the center line right here. So we're drawing a line from here to there. And that'll help us like figure out like roughly where the fold's going to be. So it's going to be 0.25 inches over from that. Which means we can actually probably do a second line. Actually, you know what? If we get the ruler as well, right? So it's where's the 0.25 in there? It's such a weird thing. I'm gonna guess it's like right there. Yes. All right. Then we go down here and we do the same thing like right down here. All right. Boom. Let's do the same thing here. Let's go. Boom. And boom. And that doesn't work. That doesn't line up. All right. I'm assuming I can just move these. That's what I'm hoping I can do. Yes, I can. All right, good. So that's like 6 1/4 ish. Right? See that? This one, same deal. To make that should be even. Is that not even? Yes, that is. All right. You know what? Good enough. It's good enough for me. Quarter is right about there. Is that right there? There we go. All right, I'm gonna extend these out so that we have. So this is basically giving me where the back is gonna be. It's gonna be less than 1/2 inch probably. It's going to be probably more like 1/4 inch back here. But if I keep a safe zone of a 1/4 inch all the way around, then I think will be better. Oh, that's why. It's because this center one is not straight. So let's copy and paste this one and do that. Put that right there. That's why I was getting thrown off, because it was like different sizes at the top and the bottom. I was so confused. I'm like, no, why is it doing that? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not how it works. Okay. Let's change the color of these. Can we change the color of these? I just want to have something light, so it doesn't need to be like super bright. I'm not going to remove that color, so what's the hex for it? There we go. Let's do the same thing over here. And this one, let's make this one sort of blue like the other line. Do that. I guess, you know what? That works. I like that. That works. And now we can, so as we move stuff around, okay, so I can get rid of the grid. Get rid of the grid. And then we've got, why are these? Oh, I see. I see. All right, let me group these. Love groups. Center lines. Center guides, we call them. All right, and that way, you know, if I want to get rid of them. Nope, that should be all of them. Yeah, why does that only get rid of the center one? It's weird. Oh, because I had them selected. Alright, that makes sense then. Cool. Alright, so by take and drag this thing over, that'll show us like that's sort of the edge where we can't really go into that space too much. Like, you know, if there's like stars and things like that moving into it, not a big deal. If it's if it is that, let's see, if it's like, you know, something big, then, you know, we don't really want to do that. All right, we want this to go all the way to the edge too. We want that to for sure go, yeah, go all the way down. Without going below. So we're gonna need as much space as we can get. So what I'm gonna do is copy this. We're gonna paste this in. All right. So I have a copy of the original. I'm gonna take this one, and we're gonna reverse it. So I'm going to take this guy, and we are going to transform, flip, horizontal. Alright, so now what should be able to happen, hopefully will be able to happen, is this will line up there, right? And if we get that, if we get it just right, hold on. For some reason I'm having a hard time like seeing. Yeah, alright, so that should be good. And then we'll bring this over. Alright, and we can, I mean, Oh, I think there's always going to be that sort of gray line because that's the edge of that thing. Even if I do that, then there's going to be like a line. This is a little gray line all the way around. Okay. So really, we just want to make sure that we're getting like all the way as close as we can, and have that single gray line, even though it's like a double gray line. Let's go with single. It's gonna make it blend easier, a little bit easier, right? Because then all we have to do now is just kind of go through, blend all these together so that they kind of match all the way up and down. For this one, I want to remove the tree. Oh, let's redo that. So do that. That. Now we could do something like that too, where it's picking up light differently. We'll play with that. Play with that for sure. Right. Okay, and that. And where's that image? Oh, that might be just outside. Shadows. Oh, it's their legs. Okay, that's what that was then. All right. So we've got these two so far lined up, right? So we can sort of we'll be able to go through and sort of edit that a little bit. We'll have the front page here, and then to do the sky. I'm almost thinking I do something like I did before, just flipping them vertically first and see if maybe let's try it. So if I put this in here, right? I'm gonna say this is orange vert foot. This is a horizontal foot. I realized I don't know where this naming convention comes from. Like I have this habit of shortening everything, and I don't know if that's where that's from. I don't know why I do that, but it's kind of crazy that I do that. It's a little annoying. But yeah, I guess it's just a thing I do. So all right, we want to take this one. We're gonna lift this up. We're going to take this, and we're going to transform it, and we want to do a vertical flip. So the idea is going to be that I can take this, sort of line that up, right? And do something similar here where we get it within So okay, this might actually really work. Because then I can like smooth some of these and make them not exactly like the ones below it, but it still kind of flows around. So okay, let's now get rid of the tree in here, which is gonna be here. So we get rid of that, that, that. I believe. Nope, that one. And it's not gonna matter very much which one. So we're not really touching the. There we go. Actually, I can disable pretty much all of these for right now, because none of these are like links to that. Shadow, tree and foliage, characters. Yeah, so the only thing that we have active in here is sky. Okay. Dig that. Alright, so now we just need to take... Oops, shit. You know what, let me lock... let me lock these in so I don't mess with them again. We just need to, I guess, copy this one. Paste that in. And this is the, this will be the horizontal... and vertical flip. Right, so this is going to be, bring him over, and so we just need to then do a horizontal flip on this one. So we're going to do, we're going to do why am I blanking out right now? Oh, it didn't offer it in here. That's why I'm okay. Yeah, so I want to go transform, flip vertical, flip horizontal. Did that actually do anything? I don't think that did anything. Flip horizontal. I'm confused now. Let me go backwards because I think I did something weird. That one, that one. So strange. Okay. Not gonna fight it. Transform. Flip horizontal. Oh, that still didn't do it. Alright. Let's get rid of that. I'm just getting rid of it. Okay. Alright. Let's copy this again. Let's paste this in. Boom. And this is the horizontal and vertical. Alright. Slide that over. Transform, flip horizontal. There we go. Don't know why that didn't work before, but there we are. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to bring this in as close as possible. Alright. Okay. Alright, is there anything I want to change about this before I You know what I'm going to do? Because I know me. I'm going to take these all. Boom, boom. I'm going to we're going to group these, right? So this is going to be cover original. That way I'll have a copy of everything unedited, right? And then copy this, paste this. Probably take a moment for that to show up. There we go. Then I can hide that one. Yeah, I'll hide that one. We're gonna make this is gonna be the blended. All right, and so what I need to do now is merge visible. Except that I think I just merged the lines in there too. I did. All right. So okay, yeah. So this is what I want. I want to be able to. I want to merge these guys. Merge visible. All right. So we have. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So this is the blended image. All right, I'm going to add the center lines back so I can have that as a reference point as well. And now we just need to go through. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the center guides for now. So we don't really need them to do this. So now we just need to go through and sort of blend these together. So I'm going to play with some ideas. And you know, I'm going to try something because there's a it's an inline, what's it called? It's a paintbrush. It's a in painting is what I'm thinking of. I want to see if we do in painting how that might come out. And let me shrink the size of this guy down a little bit. All right. Because this might just blend it in exactly the way I want it to. I've noticed with the in painting brush, we kind of have to go a little bit at a time in a lot of cases so that you don't like accidentally blend in a bunch of other stuff that you don't really want to have there. Though sometimes I throw caution to the wind. All right. The idea right now is we want, you know, I just, you know, before I go messing with the other stuff, I want to get the sort of the connection between the areas brought together. Right, so anything that I see that's sort of weird down here, I can sort of correct as well while we're here. Or, you know, make it sort of more random, right? So we don't have stuff that is completely blending into itself, like this right here. I'll play with that in a second. So let's do this one. Right. Let's go like that, like that, like that. Sort of, you know, I'm just sort of like making this part a little bit more random. So then when we look at it, it sort of blends together more. And I'm gonna go through and like kind of clean these up a little bit, maybe take this part out and let this sit up here by itself with just that pushing over. But yeah, so, you know, actually, let's see what that would look like. If I take and sort of get rid of this. Right? So, yeah, so I want to like do that. really digging the I'm really digging the music. I'm really liking it. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Just trying to figure out why the red wasn't like appearing for me for whatever reason. Let's clean that. Let's just do that. All right. So hopefully that makes it look a little bit more random. All right. I'll kind of do this a little bit more too. Yeah, so there's still sort of a wispiness to it, right? But it looks more like it, a little bit more like it belongs there, you know? Except for that right there. Kind of see that. Let's play with that a little bit more. All right. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm gonna make this, you know, blend in a lot better. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Make this. Let's make this like 7. Oops, not 73. 7, please. How about 5? Yeah, let's do 5. Two. All right, let's do that. It's weird, like because I'm using a smaller brush. It seems like it's not. Like it's leaving small traces, very light traces of the brush. I'll just have to be cognizant of that so we can fix that kind of stuff. That looks fine. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm gonna try switching back to a larger brush since we're bound beyond the stars here. Let's see if that makes a difference where it comes to getting rid of this like sort of line. Oh, you know, these are too flat. Do that. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. All right. Let's make this. Let's make the brush like 5. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. throw caution to the wind. I'm going to do a larger swath at the same time and see what happens. Oh, all right. I'm digging that. I'm digging that. Okay. Let's keep going. See if this will do the same. If I can like manage to get this all in one. I am not good at straight lines. Not even a little bit. It's funny because like after I take it out, because I'm staring at this spot, as soon as it disappears, I still see like a little bit of a blue glow, and that's that whole like, if you've ever like had somebody give you like say in a flag with some colors on it, and they look sort of inverse. You stare at that for a while, then you look up at the wall and you see the color like, or you see like the actual color it's supposed to be. Um, that's sort of what's happening with me right now. Like that weird mind trick, eye trick thing that happens, and it's super cool. Um, but it's also making it weird. Like I think I think I'm seeing like lines that aren't there in some cases. But yeah, there we go. All right, so we're doing good with the lines. I'm gonna do the one up and down now, and then I think I think what we'll do is like some selective sort of moving of things, like shifting flowers a little bit here and there, or maybe I don't know. I'll play with that, and then the sky. I don't know what I should do with this, but I'll figure that out. I'm gonna put like a picture on the back here of. It's. I think the picture that I'm gonna use is probably gonna be like this one. So like they're gonna sit. Actually, no, that's not even. That's not the one I want to use. I think the one I'm gonna use is this guy, but in color. So let's paste him in. This is this right here. So if I copy that, copy, then we go into here, we go paste, maybe, there we go. So I'm gonna put, I would put them certainly above here. Yeah, because this is independent from the rest of these right now. So all right, I'm gonna put him like over here somewhere probably, right? That's a possibility. There's also these guys. Copy. Na, 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 na. No. No. So, I mean, they may end up being like over here, right, on the back of the book. And that'll help sort of blend some of it together as well, right? As it'll create sort of a, it'll take your eye away from the other stuff. The other possibility, I thought about doing these guys blown up like over here, but I don't know that I want to do that. I don't know that I want to do that. Yeah, so I'm kind of leaning towards this one, like as a possible. Maybe they're like here, right? You know, coming down the hill. Because if we look at the center guides, right? Center guides are going to be not showing up. Oh, right. Center guide's going to be there. Oh, here. If I do this, drag this out, just put these here. Right. So center guides are going to be there. So this would be like the back of the book, because it would be the left-hand side. The front of the book, obviously, the right-hand side. And you know, the center here, I'm counting on there being, it's probably going to be about 1/4 of an inch. I'm giving a 1/2 inch right now just to be safe. But if it's only 1/4 inch, that's fine. This will still work out just beautifully. Probably going to do some like text or something above them. You know, some like, you know, a little bit of the story. The bottom right is, I think, is usually the barcode thingy, and there's like a thing that goes to the left of this as well. I'm trying to think of the book that I did before. Actually, let me bring that up. That in a different place. So I used a different app to do the layout for that one, or for the planner book. But I'm pretty sure on the back I did. Yeah. So I did a thing like this. Can I just copy and paste this in somewhere? Probably not. That's okay. Here, I'll download this and then bring it in. So I'll use this as sort of a reference to remember, like, you know, because the barcode's going to go in, and so I need to know kind of where that's going to be, in addition to if we want to put anything else on there. But so let me bring this in. Put this right here. So this is sort of the this is also a 6x9 actually. So I could do that. This would. Oh, you know why? Because margins. So I used a different app to do this, and things didn't come out quite right. But basically, this is going to be so that we have the barcode and stuff right there inside the margin. So it's going to live like right there. Can I shrink? Can I like resize without resizing? Like if I want to let's do a copy of this, because I want to do an edit really quick. That way I can like figure out where things are going to be. And that didn't work. Copy, paste. There we go. I want to hide this one, bring this one up, and I want to shrink this down so that I can just get that bottom piece. So I can, I'll be able to see sort of where the barcode is supposed to go, right? And that'll help. That'll help with like planning, essentially planning like where the let's apply that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Nope, did not mean to do that. That should only have been this thing. It should only be this. So why is it cropping everything else? It shouldn't do that. Is it the mode or something? Unrestrained 6 inches. Rotate, crop, something straight and third. Yeah, like if I apply it, it's going to crop the entire thing. So that's not what we want. Duplicate mask below, merge visible, group, rasterize, and trim. Hold on. I gotta look this up now. So, playing with affinity. Photo 2. Resize document feature, the feature list. How do I crop it up? Crop just one layer. Cropping a single layer isn't done with the standard crop tool, which operates on the entire document. Instead, you can achieve this by creating a selection around the desired area of the layer and either deleting the rest or using a mask. Okay, all right, I get that. So we gotta do this then. Let's do the rectangular selection tool. I'm gonna go from the edge here over. That way we have like a proper, or it, when I sort of go and place that in, like if I get rid of that and that stays, then I'll be able to know like where they're living. But I also want to get rid of that. Let's leave that. All right, and then for this one, I want to do document transparent background. To make to make a background layer transparent photo, you can either create a new document transplant background, or remove the existing background from an existing layer. Okay, so with this selected, should be able to do this. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. There's a brush that does like a flood selects. Is it flood selects? Alright, I'm gonna hide the other stuff because I really just only want to see this. Right, so if I select that, it's still selecting the other stuff. Why is it doing that? My God. You know what? This is stupid. Why am I doing that? That's silly. All I have to do is do this. Zoop. And zoop. Right? Copy. Copy. Paste. Unactive. Delete that. Oh, that didn't paste it in. Alright. Try that again. Copy. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright, let's get rid of this. We don't need it. And we can get rid of this. We don't need that either. Not right now. Alright, so then I can bring the rest of this back. And we should be able to see roughly where that is going to live. So that means, alright, let me get rid of that one. And I'm going to take these guys, move them up a little bit, up and over. That's cool. I like that. We'll do a little copyright thing down bottom here. We'll just, copyright 2024 or 2025. Apache Panda, all rights reserved. Just a quick little blurb. And then we'll have something up here too. But let's now get back into what we were doing before and do some in painting. So we were cleaning up. I gotta hide these guys so that I can finish cleaning this up. And we're gonna hide that as well. First, there we go. Hide that as well. Oh, why did that do that? Why did that do that? That's weird. Huh. Alright. I gotta undo. Because that's not cool. It's not cool. I'm just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go all the way backwards. I'm just not gonna bother with having a thing there. Since we've moved the full body eyes, although this actually just probably moved a bunch of stuff back over. So let me just back up. Yeah, move them back. Alright, question is though, if I get rid of this, Yeah, everything stays. Okay. We're gonna move them up a little bit right there. This foot's gonna be just below that, right? So I'm gonna get rid of this. And this one, I want that selected. I want this selected with that. And I want to go like this. We'll try this again. Because it doesn't really matter, like there we go. It's not gonna matter like if I have this. I mean, when I go to upload, I'm not gonna have that there. But it does make it easier to see like where I need to put stuff. So, you know, I have to block that off for the barcode for Amazon, and it's that particular spot, and it's going to be that size as well because this is a 6x5. Um, and the image that I pulled in is from Amazon. That's the one that they generate as a proof to kind of look at it. So I'm going to end up putting some words and stuff up here. So we'll have like a little text box, um, probably up here somewhere, a little bit of a blurb thingy, and I don't know what we're gonna type in here yet, but we'll say stuff and stuff and pobs, stuff and pobs, right? And then we'll take that. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste that. Right? I'm gonna have to have it learn pobs as a word because that's. And then this we're gonna have a bigger font. Probably do the one that we have in the book, so ink free, boom, right? So let's learn this, learn spelling. That way we don't have to worry about that. And let me just delete some of it. Right? So we don't necessarily, I don't need to necessarily see the entire thing. This is just, again, this is really just for to look at the thing to see like where we want to have stuff, right? So can I bold that? Nope, can't bold that. We can change the style though, I think, right? Emphasis, strong. That doesn't do anything. No style. I got no style. Regular is okay. All right, so this particular font might not be the best one, but we'll also do a yeah, we'll do a sort of a little box around it. So we do like that. Right, we'll make this more of a gray. Let's move this. Yeah, let's go down here. All right, so we'll make this more of a gray, but sort of what do you call it? A little, some opacity to it, so we can see through it. But nothing crazy, nothing super crazy. Just enough, just enough that you can see the difference. And then let's also see this. Yeah, okay. So let's actually change just the opacity. And I want this to be under just about everything, or at least under the lettering, right? So then we'll have something there. I might change the color of that. Might change the color of that. Might change that to like a bluish, sort of a bluish. Um, we could go into the reds too, but because we're sort of in the sky. You know what? Let me take a sample of that. Oh, my God, can I? There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, let's try that again. Boom. There we go. So if we keep with the same sort of colors, right, then it'll blend in that much more. That way, if we raise the opacity, it still looks like it's part of the sky, right? And it's I'll adjust the opacity down a little bit. We'll play with the colors a little bit. But I think that might be good. What if we do like the lightest color now? What if we do it like that? I kind of like that, to be honest. Probably do some rounded edges on the circle, but I'm not totally sure yet. And music. Where'd the music go? My music stopped. Oh no. All right, let's do Animal Crossing music with soft rain. Sure. Let's see what it's all about. Um, Stardew Valley OST music while it's raining. Playing Minecraft on a rainy day. Help us shape the future. Um, all right. Let's see here. All right, so I'm happy with the general look, right? Um, I'm gonna group these. I'm gonna group these two together. Let's group you, and this is blurb. So text blurb. This will be like a short description of the book, like a really quick, just synopsis. A couple of maybe a sentence or quote from the thing, and then a quick like elevator speech of a couple sentences of what the book's about. Let's put these guys up here too. And again, I'm probably not going to use this one. At least I don't think so. I mean, I could sort of move them down a little bit. But it feels better. Like, this just feels better. That just feels better because it feels like they're walking through the meadow and stuff, and they end up sitting under the tree. You know what I mean? They're just kind of hanging out. So I dig that. I like that a lot more. All right, so they're staying, and then we have an idea of like where that's going to be. I'm gonna lock some of these so that I don't accidentally move them, as is my tendency. Right, I'm gonna put center lines up with pixel stuff. And okay, let's go back into doing some inpainting. All right, I'm gonna get rid of the center guides for right now. I'm just gonna go in. I want to see if there's anything that we can fix. So we're gonna. Where did we stop? Down. We stopped up here, right? Yeah, right there. All right. So let's go up and down, up and down, up and down. All right. I'm gonna up this to 5. And I'm gonna do the same thing we were just doing before. So I'm gonna go zoop. Little. The assistant rasterizer layer previously had selected because it was not a raster layer. Okay. Oh, this is, I'm selecting the wrong thing. I gotta select pixel. That's why it's not doing anything. My bad. Alright, let me, because I don't remember which one let's make sure I didn't mess up one of the other things. I don't think I did. Don't think I did. Alright. Alright. You may be saying to yourself, Pat, you're crazy. What are you doing? I'm having fun. That's what I'm doing. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. I'm playing with photos or images. Right? My artist is awesome, but he, can't anticipate every possible thing that I might use him for. So, I got to take what he's got, the amazing work he's given me, and make it work for what I'm trying to do. I should probably, maybe I should make some merch and stuff too. I think that might be kind of fun. Let's bring this down to 2 pixels. So even though we're going to potentially have the 2 boyos sort of standing over a lot of the central stuff in here, or this line, I still want it to be clean. And I'm gonna do some stuff to make this more alternating, so it won't be exactly the same as the other side. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with that yet. I think I'm gonna use there's like a clone brush where I can sort of move stuff around. I mean, not really move. It would end up being like I would take basically a copy of something, move it someplace, and then erase the other one. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of one of these. Maybe I'll play Animal Crossing later. Listening to this music makes me want to play it. I haven't played in so long. And by so long, I mean it's been like a few weeks. But I haven't streamed it in a long time. My island is under heavy development. I'm kind of tearing everything apart, and so I started that. I started tearing it apart a while back, and just got tired, and sort of stopped playing. Although I jumped in to play with a buddy of mine a couple weeks ago, and that was fun. Um, it's always a good time. But I realized I still had a ton of stuff to do, so it's a lot of building, a lot of moving, a lot of stuff with the houses. Um, I do time travel, so hopefully that's not a bad thing. It's most. Nah, let's see if we can get rid of this one. Almost completely. You know, you can see. I forget what it's called. There's a thing where you can see faces and everything. Like we as humans, we sort of we see eyes and things when there shouldn't be any. Like I look at this and I see like a couple of eyes here. Um, Maybe there's a mouth or something that's open. I don't know what's on top of its head. It has like little stubby arms on the left and right, just kind of going out. And then same thing here. There's like it looks like there's an eye, there's an eye, there's a nose. So if I back out, you can kind of see it. A little bow tie. No mouth though. Eyebrows right there. You know, he feels alive there. He feels like he's supposed to be there. I'm just gonna leave him in. It's, I think he belongs there. I like his little bow tie. Looks like a cone head. It looks like this is a hat he's about to wear. Yeah. I am weird, I know. But aren't we all a little bit? I'm digging, like it's Bossa Nova, yeah, Animal Crossing. I think there is a, like, Katie has, what's his name? Not Katie. KD, DK, KD? Is it KD? The doggo that sings? I think he has a Bossa Nova album, actually. By the way, if you guys are hanging out, tell me in the comments below if you're on YouTube. Maybe you're watching this later. What's your favorite song from Animal Crossing? I don't know if I have a favorite. There's so many that are really good, and I'm terrible with names. So if I listen to them, see, this looks like a big person right here. This is a Rorschach test kind of thing. I maybe I'll find like some of the songs and kind of play them and see if play them while we're streaming. Like there's some songs that I really like, and some that remind me of certain times of day and all that because it's a 24-hour cycle, right, for the days, and each hour is a different song, which is really cool. And it's awesome that they do that. See, it's another face. Look at that, eyes and little eyebrows right there. Little nose, some floppy. Maybe those are ears. I don't really know. Not sure what they are, but another person. Right. That. See, that looks like little arms, right? And this blue line is just a guide. That's not actually in the image, so you do not have to worry about that. All right. I mean, that's the lines, right? That's the lines taken care of. So at least we know. At least it's all sort of blending together now, right? And we could just leave it there, but this is where we're going to experiment a little bit. So I want to see if we can sort of make it less obvious that it's been sort of played with. So we're going to try using a smudge tool. How big is this thing? Let's make this yeah, that's about right. Flow. It's probably about right. Strength. I mean, we'll leave it at 50 for now and see what happens. So I'm gonna be using my delete and stuff a lot, but like, you know, I'm gonna go through and just kind of make a couple of little marks here and there. Try like seeing what happens when I do like a smudge on here. Yeah. So let's get cracking. Let's see what we do. This might not do very much because we have the settings so far down. So I'm gonna increase this to 100 on both. So I wanna really see, like, you know, difference, right? So that's a bit much. That's a bit much. Let's drop the strength down a little bit. Let's drop, or the flow, I mean. Let's drop the flow down to about 22. All right, let's drop it a little bit more. 11. See, it's a little too smooth, right? We need a brush that has sort of those like lines on them. Right. Does this do force pressure? So if we were on, say, the iPad, we would be able to use pressure as like a thing here. So I'm gonna get rid of those. Let's see if we have paintbrush, and I'm gonna up this to about 70. Let's bring it down like 6. All right, 45. Yeah. All right. Let's try that. But we also need to pick a brush, and I forgot how to do that in this app. Hold on. Let me pick a brush style. Select brush style from the brushes panel, which is organized in categories like painting, drawing, spray paints, texture, and effects. You can choose from a variety of things, right? But where is that panel? It's definitely not this. Brushes. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna bring this out so I can look at it a little bit easier. Can we dock this somewhere? fuck? Or can I just have this here? Can I make it bigger though? There we go. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, so we want something that's going to have like sort of a spackling to it, right? Is this has if we look close, we've got these kind of neat little. I forgot to turn the air conditioner back on. There we go. It's kind of got these like little sort of striations in here, right? So we want to find something that's going to be close to that. Doesn't have to be exact. So I want to try something. So it's likely not going to be an engraving, but we'll take a look. This takes a minute for it to switch over. Don't really see anything there. Inks. Markers. Masking, which we don't need to do. Although, I mean, that's close, but not really close enough. Alright, oils is next. Not really. Pencils. Pens. Alright, sprays and spatters. We might be able to fudge it a little bit with this. Like if we I get say that color, right? I kind of do that. That doesn't actually look good at all. Never mind. This is why we test though. What about like that? Not really. About that? I mean, a little bit closer. I mean, one of the things I could do is just I could play with that like that. I'm going through like possible things we can do. Textures. It's like a smoky kind of thing. Not really. Nope. It's a spackling thing again. I mean, okay. It's interesting because that's sort of what that is in there. Alright, we get a couple more, or like one more. Let's see if we have anything that. So grunge pattern is possible for like another like overlay kind of thing. That's a little bit too. I sort of like the it's doing, but we need to. If I do that. Why is it not? Capacity 100. Capacity, let's bring it down to 50. Not really. Not really feeling that. Oh, what are you doing? Why did my blood? Why did that deselect? That was weird. All right. That was very weird. Hold on. I need to go back to my brush tool. There we go. What is going on? That's not. This is my brush tool. I need or pen tool. No, it's not pen. It's brush. My bad. It's this one. Paint tool. There we go. All right, we're back to normal. Good. So the closest thing I saw, like for part of it, was another brush. So let's do something. Let's do something wild here. If we take take and sort of get rid of this part and just sort of alter that and keep this more let's see if we do blemish tool. Doesn't really do much, does it? 72. All right. Red eye removal, blemish tool, patch tool. Let's try patching. Well, patch, like patch. Can I have the patch tool again, please? Oh no, I hope it didn't crash. I might have crashed. Oh no. I hope I don't crash. I did not save. Oh, I did not save. Oh, this could be bad. I'm gonna keep my paws off the keyboard, paws off the mouse. Just gonna let it do its thing and hopefully it'll go through. It's, oh, alright. Alright, before I do anything, let me save. So, this is, see if the tree covered. So saving. There we go. Now, we can get up to all sorts of hijinks. So I'm thinking like maybe do that, right? And then sort of shift the patterns around a tiny bit, so it doesn't feel exactly the same. And then for these, like cut out a couple of them or something. And like this, I would just sort of right? So it doesn't look exactly the same. Let's try. The idea is to try. I'm going to try to make it so that it looks like it's supposed to be here. Like, um, like this is all natural. So I kind of want to do in painting here. Let's do 20. Do that. See if I can get this to sort of blend in more. Let's increase the flow on that. That's a little bit. A little rough. There we go. Take away anything that's like that makes it really hard and just easy to see that it's duplicated. All right. Well, I think it's been 3 hours, and I think it's probably time for me to take a break. But I think we got a lot done. I'm actually really happy with. Oops. Let's do that again. I'm actually really happy with how this is coming out. It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. So that pleases me. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna just bring this over to the other document because I want to see, just for the fun of it, I want to see if this will work. All right, so let me get the turn that off. So insert this one. Excellent. And stretch it out. All right, looks like my I'm off by a little bit on the other side, but that's okay. So it looks like that'll go right to the edge there. That'll go right to the edge there. That's good. Yeah, actually, that's very good. I mean, I can certainly do that, right? Shrink it a tiny bit. It doesn't feel horrible. Yeah, I'm actually very happy with that. So then, this won't really work on here. Oh wait, I gotta put that on top of that. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Here, gotta get rid of. Yeah, that's okay. Goodness me. All right, let's bring that back up. And so this might work as like if I split that. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna take this out. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this. Turn that off. Put this over here. Paste this in. Bring that out here. Close that and bring that here. Oh, for Pete's sake! This is not what I want to do. And I want this going. I want this to go here. Silly beans. All right. So then if I take this and I would have to do the same thing I did before, where I go and I crop or I select certain parts of it. Oh, why is that doing that? What? What on earth? What on earth is that? That's weird. Maybe that just behaves differently over here. Let me, if I come back into the original, right? And I, if I bring this and we put this in here, and if I want to do the same thing I did before, where I want to do a selection, so I'm going to go like that, pick rectangle, have that selected, and just do that. Right. Copy, paste that. And then I'm going to do the same thing but the other way. So I'm going to go heck. Right. I want to so I have this one selected. Now I copy that. So copy and paste. Right. Now I take out that one. I don't know which one is which. This is both of them. So let's move this down. This all the way down. This is the left hand side. This is the right. Oh, wait. Why is that showing all of it? Oh, I did that instead of selection tool. I'm an idiot. All right. So that's in there. We do that as a selection. Try that again. Get closer to accurate. So there we go. Copy that and paste that one. All right, so if I get rid of that, get rid of that. All right, why is this not working? Like, I copied that, right? Copy. Paste. Delete that one, delete that one. This is left hand side. Delete that. And delete that. All right, let's try this again. So I got my handy dandy rectangle. Go over, I have the right layer selected, and go over, I'm gonna go like that. That over, that. Ah, for Pete's sake. All right, let's try that again. There we go. All right, copy. Paste. That should give us a new one, but it has nothing in it. I don't know why. That's weird. I don't like that. That's weird. All right. This might be a really good place for me to to step back and like I don't know, step away from the sharp knives. I you know I just gotta yeah. I need to take a little bit of a break so that I can figure that part out. But I'm gonna go for a walk and get some food and stuff like that. But I'll be around. If anybody wants to hang out, I'll be in the Panda Den later, and you can get to the Panda Den by clicking on the handy dandy link that I'm going to put into the chat right now. So if you're on Twitch, you can follow that link. That'll bring you to the Panda Den. If you go to, actually, it should show up in chat right now, anyways. Yeah, come to the Panda Den Discord. Come hang out. It'd be lovely to see you. I might be back on streaming a little bit later, but we're going to play some games. I don't think we're going to continue with the book. We'll continue with the book tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday. We'll do that. I think I have an appointment at 6, so we'll do something probably around noon for a few hours, noon to say 3. That'll give me time to, get ready and get food and all that stuff for the appointment. But we'll continue with working on the what do you call it? The heckin' why is my brain not working? The brain. We will continue with the book with the cover, I think. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks for spending some time with the Silly Pandas today. You guys are amazing. Not exactly sure what we're going to be doing next, like I was saying, but I definitely need some snacks and good friends by my side. So get your paws ready for our next adventure together. And yeah, socks optional, beans required. But yeah, keep being weird. Leave paw prints of kindness everywhere you go, and stay safe. You're all amazing beings, and I love you all. Can't wait to see you again. Have an awesome day.